Sure.
If we can't, no big deal.
So, like, starting from fresh, right?
Yeah.
We've got my 7, right?
So do you want to re-roll since we're starting from fresh? Or? I got a 10. 1. Alright. So I'll play Eldrazi Temple. It counts as 1 unless I'm casting a Eldrazi, then I can choose to have it count as 2 mana.
Just one mana?
Yeah.
It's not doing much with see what the special effects.
Play an island, and I pass turn.
Best guess. Turn. Starting off a little slow.
Yeah.
You have to edit half an hour down.
Play an island, and I pass turn. Alright.
Do something here, right? Tap moves. This guy.
Alright, so turn 1, each player mills 3. Alright, you fucked me. Awakening Zone, which is that enchantment you like. Eldrazi Devastator.
Oh, see, I'm loving myself.
And my Transform Land.
Usually get so not much. You get a little enchantment. Yeah, that one's a good one. I think I came out ahead on that one.
Yeah?
So then I'm
Alright. Untap, upkeep, draw. I have a Eugen.
You have a huge one?
Yeah. Which it does not count.
How much mana cost does that have?
But it cannot tap it for mana, but it makes my colorless Eldrazi cost 2 less.
Okay.
And then I can tap 7 and tap it to search my library for a card and put it in my hand. And it's got to be a colorless creature card.
Okay.
And then 2, 3, 4 to play Oblivion Sower. When I cast it, target opponent exiles the top 4 of their library, and then I can put any number of land cards that player owns from exile onto the battlefield.
This is graveyard.
So that's graveyard.
Graveyard.
And I get to pick lands out of there if I want to. It looks like I only get 1, 2. So, alright, that helps me out. My pass turn.
Okay. So at least that thing about that chick fighting so bad in the spin class.
Yeah. All this is land, and then I have that creature. Oh, by the way, turn 2 before you draw.
Yeah.
Exile up to 2 cards from any graveyard. For each creature card you exile, you gain 1 life. I'm assuming you want to go through mine and exile.
Yeah. I get how many? 2?
2, yes.
Okay. There's a creature. And then exile those 2.
So these 2 are exiled.
And I get 1 life?
Yes.
And this is your grave.
Yep. There was 1 creature, so you gain 1 life. And then, did you already draw?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So now I decide what I'm doing with 3. And I did play land, right?
Right. So we have a land.
So I got 4. So now I think we should do this. I'm gonna do nothing. So it's your turn.
Tap. Upkeep. Draw. Play Cave of Temptation. So it comes.
Didn't we see it on Saturday night?
Yeah. And then I play 1, 2, 3 for an Awakening Zone.
No, that one again.
That one again. I had one in my hand when you exiled it.
Okay.
And then I attack you for 5. And then I pass turn. So untap, and then upkeep that happens. So you return target creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand.
This is great.
Yep. And
Creature
then-
or a land?
Yes.
This one's back in my hand, right?
Yep. And then,
Can I draw?
yep. And then you draw.
So I can use crayons or
Yep.
land. Cinco de Mayo.
So I'm sure you could probably tell where this story is going to go, but I heard people in Mexico really like mayonnaise, and for a while they were having it shipped over from like England and a few other countries in Europe.
Okay.
But there was one time where they had like their entire shipment. The ship sank, right? So they lost everything. They have a holiday to commemorate that. Cinco de Mayo.
Two tappies. Tappies. I'm gonna play found reward on the button.
Alright.
And then
In response, I tap 2 to counter the ability.
Okay.
So the card's basically it's basically just discarded. Yep. Alright. Untap. Upkeep, I get one of those Eldrazi signs.
But you lost that now, right? That was
Yes.
a one-time shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Draw. I should have saved that for one more turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to play Gilded Lotus. I can tap it for 3 of any color. Or I can go to the club and tap it.
Okay.
And then I tap 1 green plus the Gilded Lotus
Okay.
to play Kozilek's Predator.
Okay.
When it enters, I get 2/0/1 Eldrazi spawns.
Okay.
And then, since I haven't played a land, I will play Lotus Field, sacrificing your 2 lands. And then I pass turn.
Okay. So what are these two assholes? One's an artifact and one's an enchantment.
Yep. Gilded Lotus is an artifact. Awakening Zone's an enchantment.
That has to play. Nope. I'm going to do this. Oh, I didn't untap that. So tap it off for 5. Get rid of those two.
Enchantment and artifact. Alright.
Amateur.
Untap. Upkeep, draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To play Breaker of Armies. It's a 10/8, and every creature able to block it must do so.
What does that mean, able to?
So if I attack and you have a creature untapped, it has to block.
It does mean, but it's only one.
No, it's doesn't matter how many creatures you have. If regardless of whatever, all creatures that you have untapped have to block it.
Okay.
If it says that it can block.
Oh yeah, there's one few that I don't like.
Right. And then I will pass turn.
Okay. Tap that shit. This one first. Two of these guys. One. Just need two. So I paid the 2 to check this little guy from this room.
Alright, everything's destroyed.
And then I do feel after that.
Alright. And tap, upkeep, draw. Now I have choices.
I'm sure you do.
But I think it'll do 1,
2,
2, 3, 2, 3. Oh no, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that. Search my library for a colorless creature card, reveal it, and put it in my hand.
What kind of racist stuff is that? Because I'm a good Caucasian.
That would be the stuff you use for planes. I'll choose that one.
Okay, where is it? I'm on the fires.
Goes into my hand. And I shuffle my library. And then I pass turn.
think we want to do that. I'll set knowledge.
Alright.
And then I'm good to go.
Chat.
It's just
Keep. Nothing happens because you destroyed my enchantment. Draw. One, two, three. For another Gilded Lotus.
18.
Or no, that's 5. So I gotta tap 2 more. So, since I have to tap a total of 5, I'll do it 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. To play Endbringer.
Okay.
It's a 5/5. I can untap it on everybody's untap step.
Okay.
And I can tap it to have it deal 1 damage, or I can tap 1 and tap it to have target creature can't attack or block. And then I can tap 2 and tap it to draw a card. And I pass turn.
And attack these guys. 6.
If you cast an instant or a sorcery, you get a pest.
Right. This guy gives me a plus.
Yep. And it's every time you cast an instant or sorcery.
Okay. I think we're gonna go. Two. And a. Green. That's me. This guy out. Check him.
Alright, so it is now a 6/5.
Two left. So. That.
You got-
Tap this guy. Get a little bitch out here too.
Alright.
And then I shall end my turn.
And if you wind up tapping 1, you can have this one attack and I can't block it. And it'll deal an automatic 1 damage.
Not a bad idea.
Alright.
I am running out of cards.
So I play a Jungle Hollow. When it enters tapped, but I gain a life when it enters. And 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I'll do it this way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ulamog.
Bitches.
So when it enters, I exile 2 target permanents. I will exile the Sedgemoor Witch and Gingerbrute. So the
So this one goes right in too, right?
Yep, that one goes into the graveyard, the Sedgemoor Witch goes into exile, and the Gingerbrute goes into exile. And actually,
That's only in the first time when it hits your elf.
right. Actually, in response, you could pay 2 and sacrifice it, then it would go into the graveyard and you'd gain 2 life. Alright. And I will end turn.
I mean, if you're getting ready to do something really dirty. Missions. One here.
Alright. Looks like you've got 2 there.
So yeah,
So three greens and 2 blacks.
Just call it.
Alright.
I'm trying to work in some strategy, but I'm not getting anywhere near that here.
Right.
I'm like you, I don't have like 50,000 lands. I don't have cards.
Play another Cave of Temptation.
Hey, weren't you the guy to tell me like only get like a couple cards over a 4/4? So weren't you the one to tell me only get like a few cards over a 4/4 or something? Like,
Yeah.
that out there right now.
Oh,
10, 5/8, 5/5, 10/8.
Well, I've got mana fixing on this too, so I've got like a few cards that'll give me 3 mana. I've got the lands that give me 3 mana. I've got stuff that reduces my cost.
Okay. But still.
Yeah. So I already drew. One, 2, so 3, 6, 7, and 8. I will tap these and sacrifice them. So now I have 2/1/1 counters. And I will put them both here on my 5/5. And I will attack with all of them, and that prevents all combat damage. Alright. I'll pass
Told you why I was waiting. I had
Yeah.
some shit to do, so.
Untap. Nothing happens on upkeep, and I draw. Or you draw, I mean.
These. Okay, then I click 5. And this card. I need to take 2 of these little fuckers. I like things to match. Get these 2 together. More. Enchant that little happy guy.
Alright, so whenever a non-token creature you control dies, and this one will stay on the field since it's not attached to a creature.
Oh, it's any?
Yep. But whenever any creature you control dies, you get a 2/2 black zombie creature token to replace it. Alright.
So now I'm looking better in mana, now I just need some good cards.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, untap. Upkeep, draw. I will tap 1 to play Scrabbling Claws. It's an artifact. I can tap it and have target player exile a card from their graveyard. Or I can tap 1 and sacrifice it to exile a card from a graveyard and draw a card. So I will tap it to have you exile a card out of your graveyard.
No choice.
Your choice.
That's it.
And I pass turn. So untap. Draw.
There's my last. Oh, that I played. That was my last card. So. And
since that's the only creature on your field, it doesn't trigger. So
I'm wide open right now.
Alright, so I'll play another Lotus Field tapped, sacrificing my 2 islands as it comes in. Tapping that to have you exile a card out of your graveyard. And I'll tap Endbringer to deal 1 damage to you, and I'll pass turn. And because it's an effect, I untap on your untap step. And then I will tap it to deal another damage on your turn. And untap. Keep draw. Play another island. 1. So tap both of the Lotus Fields and Eldrazi Temple, and that to search for a card. So it's a colorless creature. I'll bring up my Emrakul to my hand. Okay. You want to read through it?
That doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
And then, so that goes into my hand. I'm just going to double check something.
I don't think these 2 decks are very compatible.
So because of this, it costs 5 less. This makes it cost 2 less, so that's 7 less. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that means it costs 6. And 1, 2, 3. Sacrificing those for mana. Since I had 3, that makes 6. When it enters, I can control your next turn. After that, you get an extra turn. And then...
So what does that mean? You get control of my next turn.
So basically, whatever you do, I have control over. I choose what you play. I choose... You draw like normal.
But what if I don't do anything then?
That's the risk.
But I still, even though you get control, I still get another turn then.
Yep, you still get another turn after that. And I will tap that, having you exile 1 card out of your graveyard. And then after that happens, I will tap Endbringer to deal 1 damage. And then I pass turn, so that untaps on the untap step, draw, and I get to see what you have since I have control over everything.
You can't take it, you can just see it.
Right.
But if I don't do anything,
Alright, yep. So I'm not doing anything, so I will tap that to deal 1 damage.
because it's on my turn.
Yep, and that is on your turn. And then I end that turn, and that untaps on the
Here, swampy, can't do shit. So,
Alright. So, untap, upkeep, draw. Play a Radiant Fountain, gaining 2 life. And then, I will tap these 2 and this to draw a card. That makes it cost 2 less. This one makes it cost 2 less. 2, 3, and 4 to play Eldrazi Devastator. And then I will attack you for 2. So you can either take it or you can block that, and I lose the creature.
Well, wouldn't that be a smart idea?
Yeah.
But then it's tapped, but it can't unblock, right?
Oh, it doesn't tap to block.
Oh, it doesn't. So that would be smart.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right.
No, actually, because then you still get something. You still get your card back. So
Yeah.
I'll take the 2.
You'll take the 2. All right. I'll pass. This untaps. I'll tap it again. Deal 1 damage to you.
Okay.
And then on your turn, I will also tap that to have you exile 1 card out of your graveyard.
So I just pay 1, 2. Please. Tappiness. So we got 1 counter on there. And this is where it starts doubling, right?
Yep. So now it's up to 3 1/1 counters. Next turn you get an additional 3, so it goes up to 6 1/1 counters.
Just doubles it.
Yep. And here's the fun part. That gets a 1/1 counter on your combat step.
Because now I have more than 4.
Yep.
That's what I was thinking. These guys get that. And then I'm gonna just stop.
Alright.
Clearly, I don't think I have a lot to attack with.
Right.
So the effect of this still works. It can't be blocked.
Right.
It's just more powerful now.
Yes.
So now it's a 4/4.
Yeah.
Then it'll be a 6/6.
And did you exile a card when I tap that? I'm going to tap a Lotus Field and a Island to play Ulamog's Crusher. It attacks each turn if able, and it has Annihilator too. So when it attacks before the damage step is calculated, and before you block, you have to sacrifice 2 permanents. And then I will pass turn.
Is that only an attack phase, or I have to do it now?
That's only on attack phase when
it
it
doesn't. And it doesn't phase either. So
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's only attack phase when it attacks. So untap, upkeep. This goes up to 6. So there's now a 7/7. That is the graveyard.
Okay.
And then you go to combat step. That one gets an additional 1/1 counter.
The fucking 2. And then I mention.
Alright. Untap. Upkeep, draw.
Wish I would just.
Now, I will +1 this to bring it to a 6. Exiling that card. And I'll help you out a little bit. Lotus Field. To play Blight Herder. When it enters, I may put 2 cards your opponents own from exile into their graveyards. If I do, I get 3 1/1 Eldrazi Scion tokens that I can sacrifice for mana.
Well, that seems like a good card. It's a good one, right?
Yeah.
This is
So,
so.
yep.
And then go into my hand.
Back into the graveyard.
You know, this might take forever. They'll just hobbling around on crutches or something.
Yeah. So,
I'm not even gonna pick the bitch one.
I will bring these 2 back to your graveyard.
Of course, you pick the other guys.
Now you at least have a chance of playing them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Going to combat step. Let's see, this one just came in.
This is on your turn.
Yep. These 2 just came in, so they cannot attack. So just set those here. for now.
Mm-hmm.
This one has to attack. I will also attack with that one. And I will attack with nothing else. And then, as this is attacking, you have to sacrifice 2 permanents.
I'll just keep it because no.
And now, this one has to be blocked by every creature.
Okay.
So that means these 2 block that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I lose it either way, but I will have this one block first.
Okay.
So then this one dies, but that one stays.
Okay.
And then this one goes through for 8.
Oh, because it's just blocking that one?
Yep.
No, that's stupid. So this one dies.
Yep.
Now, I get... Remember non-token creature? Oh, you had a token on that.
Yep. So you had a non-creature token die.
Well, I mean, was that... Oh, because it had a counter on it. So
Right.
I'm not sure if it's the right definition.
Counters are different than tokens.
So do I get 2 black zombie creature potions?
You get 1, 2, 2. So this one, I mean, it's a white card, so I'd be able to remember that it doesn't go in the deck, but that's the 2, 2. And you lose 8.
So that's it.
That's game.
I always had... I didn't... You kept milling me and shit, but you know what?
Yeah.
Up in here, you saw what was in here. One of these for one of those fuckers, have one of these for one of those fuckers. Destroy target artifact and enchantment. Destroy target enchantment. I had them, they all disappeared from my hand. Plus there's other shit in there too.
And then for that Eugen, the 2 cards that I exiled,
Yeah.
both lands.
Oh.
And I was already set on lands, so it's not like
And you already saw my other.
Yeah.
Destroy target artifact, enchantment, and land. Gingerbread's not exciting. That's kind of cool. So, like that one, now I thought I was in the correct mindset. But so like that one I played where you had a 3/3 and I enchanted it for a -3/-3.
Yeah?
That's basically like dealing you 3 damage, right? So
Pretty much.
Either way, right? So
Yeah.
That's how you can kill it too.
Yeah. But here's the strange part. So, I'm gonna find a specific card in here.
I mean, so I had fun with you because it's still you're still having fun, but it's like
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like this deck can really play with that deck.
Right.
You know, unless I got lucky on the updraws. But
Yeah. So this card that has indestructible on it. If you enchant it for -10,
yeah.
it stays. But if you give it 10 -1 counters, it dies.
Okay. There's no other way you can I exile it?
Yes.
Okay, that's the other option. So I can't do destroy target creature, but if it's exiled, like
Right.
it's like final result or whatever
Yeah.
it is, yeah, it's something like that. So my land is all bundled up. I'll shuffle this thing.
And like, I've got the sleeves on my cards,
Yeah,
so there's a certain way I shuffle them since they have the sleeves,
yeah.
and that usually works.
My whole fucking bottom of my thing was all fucking land.
But like with yours, I would
Yeah.
recommend, if you feel comfortable doing it, which I know you're playing to play and you
Yeah.
all that stuff. But for you, if you feel comfortable doing it, I would recommend bridge shuffling since you don't have sleeves.
Yeah. I need to do that like several times in some other little games.